good evening, community. I am Flash by Night. Welcome back to the channel. We are doing a live version of the re-up this evening, basically showing off things I've gotten through the week. But we are doing a special live version because we have a special guest. Um, it's a version with a twist, and you might say it's a version with a R.
All right.
Um, I have with me Captain Comics. How we doing, Captain?
How you doing, mates and mermaids out there? I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Um, I know we were back hanging out a little while ago, and I was running over my some of my ideas and figuring out some of this Streamlab stuff. Um, it's pretty fun. We'll say that. Hopefully, it doesn't stress me out too much as we go along.
Nah.
But what we are here for today is I have a few new books for New Comic Book Day. Um, a few get off my lawn books. I'm gonna have some fun with this. And I got a little bit of mail, a couple of things I bought here and there, and I have an AOK from the captain himself, aka Captain Generous. I was I was really I kind of knew it was coming, but I wasn't expecting it. And then I got home and there was this treasure chest, this treasure trove on my front porch. And I'm like, what is this? And I turned it over and it had the captain's name on it. I'm like, oh, okay. This isn't just one or I don't think this is one or two books. This thing's a may have a brick inside.
Nah, not a brick, but
Okay. But I'm gonna try not to show anybody's address or anything. But as you can see along the bottom, there are instructions to where I need to cut and open this thing. So
right.
it's like a treasure hunt.
Always. It's
All right.
easier that way. Then you don't have to figure out. Well, if I cut here,
Right,
cut here.
right.
Right, right.
And knowing me,
Sometimes I'll draw on people.
and knowing me, I haven't yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if I cut open a box one day and I cut and it'll be a comic I really, really want. And I'll cut it open by accident. And
Right.
I can only blame myself. Let's see. So who is in the chat early? We've got Todd Christensen. How we doing? And then we have Street Side Anthony. How are we doing, Mr. Street Side Anthony? I've been keeping up with some of Street Side Anthony's willings and dealings, if you want to put it that way. I know I caught his origin story on Dream of August Comics channel. I think that's how you pronounce it. And that was pretty fun. I was just thinking I need a Street Side Anthony down in Alabama somewhere. That's what I need. Um, but yeah, so I guess I will start with my new comic book day pickups and my get off my lawn book. And the first book I picked up for new comic book day is let's see if we can get it right. There we go. Teen Titans Academy #1. Of course it probably has, I'm assuming, a lot of new characters or a lot of first appearances anyway. And this Red X character, who I don't think we know yet who this person is. But I picked up this book. I think it was the last one in my shop. There was also a like a Red X Future State one shot that I didn't pick up. But they had a few copies, so I may go back for one just to see what it's all about, or if there is a reference to it in this book, I may go back and pick it up.
And that's #1.
Yes. And like I said, I think most of these characters are new. I don't know. I don't know who the guy is with the Batman shirt on in the background. Um, let's see.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really don't know any of these characters. I think I saw this. I don't remember his name, but I think I saw this guy. This this guy here. I remember seeing him in the Future State Teen Titans book, which kind of leads me to think that a lot of these DC books may end up may end up leading to Future State, maybe because I
Hmm.
don't think there was a Teen Titans Academy, as far as I know, before Future State, and then like Teen Titans Academy became a thing in Future State, and at least one of the students in the academy was kind of the reason that the I don't know the apocalypse kind of came to DC and destroyed the Teen Titans. And Ty Christian looks like he's read it, and I'm glad to hear that something good is going on in it. I'll probably give it a read later on tonight sometime.
You can click on their name and that will highlight it underneath of us.
Ah, let's see.
There
There
you
it
go.
goes. Okay. Aha. We
See
learned
that to
something new.
everybody's name. Yep.
Let's see. So now I'm gonna do like a little kid. I found something new. I'm gonna touch it. There it goes.
Well, I'm glad you're
There.
doing this live, buddy.
Right, 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 right. Okay, we learned something new. All right. So my next book is Aliens number 1.
Oof.
Um, now uh, it's the regular Peach Momoko cover. I think she has like a 1 in 50 or 1 in 100, but I'm not in that kind of market just yet. So I got the regular Peach Momoko cover. I really want the Gleason. For some reason, the Gleason covers I wanted this week didn't come in or weren't available. I'll have to sort that out and do some more looking around. Um, my primary store is Quality Comics, and that's the store I go to first. But there are a couple of other stores around town. So I'll search out the Gleason Aliens number 1. If you've seen it, it's kind of got the alien head, and it's kind of a greenish shine in the background. That's the book I really wanted, but I do like this Peach Momoko.
Right.
And fellas, this is a PSA. This was free. Um,
Can't beat that one.
yeah, this is some free advice. If you have a couple of Peach Momoko books, we won't be mad if you don't remind us that Peach is not your thing. Everybody reminds us that they're not Peach fans. It's okay. We're not gonna hassle you if you got a couple of Peach books and you like Peach. It's fine. So yeah, I got me. I found. I think this is my first Peach book. Now here's a book that I have to hassle Spider-Man fans over, and that is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 24. I think we left off of Miles Morales 23 and a King in Black tie-in, and so I expect them to pick up from there. But the real thing that I've kind of tussled with Spider-Man fans about, because I'm new to this, so I wasn't around a long time ago. I didn't get to read some of the stories that weren't as popular or that stayed around too long. But I am going to enjoy when the Clone Saga starts. Now, everybody else who was around for, I guess, for Peter's Clone Sagas, say they lasted too long. They were too complicated. They weren't good. But this book, if you've been paying attention, has been leading up to the Clone Saga since like issue 7. It hadn't said Clone Saga, but he was kidnapped and kind of experimented on, poked and prodded, and you knew that was a reason why it was happening. but it's happening because there is a Clone Saga upcoming. It starts in issue 25. So I want to see what the lead-in is in this book. That ought to be fun.
I'm a big What If fan, and I like the story. What if the clones took over Spider-Man's clone?
Ah, so wait, what happened at? So what happened with the What If Clone Saga? What I guess what
If
was
I
the
remember
outcome?
right, they switch, and Peter Parker's actually like frozen, and then the clone takes over, and the whole Venom thing doesn't happen. I
Oh,
think I don't know. It's been a while since I read that one. There's a
I'm gonna
couple
go
of
look.
them on Spider-Man's a lot in What If.
Right, right. I would imagine so. I mean, Spider-Man has a lot in everything, just about. Because I think most of the uh Marvel team ups are Spider-Man and someone else. Spider-Man is just everywhere. So I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't know that was a What If Marvel Clone Saga. I need to look up the. I need to read the original Clone Saga. Hopefully, it didn't take up too much time. People were bothered by the Clone Saga that I can gather. So my next book is going to be Carnage, Red. What is it? Red, Black, and Blood. Red, white, black, white, and blood. There we go. Black,
Red,
white, and
white,
blood.
blood.
Um, I again wanted the Gleason cover. For some reason, it didn't show up. But um, I still got this cover. I didn't, my store set one aside for me, and I didn't want to leave it there. So I give it a read. I really wanted the cover. I'm gonna go look somewhere else for the Gleason cover. Um, but we'll give it a read. I know nothing about Carnage. He sounds like a bit of a loose cannon. He
All
sounds a bit
right.
violent. I think if I read enough Carnage, I may prefer him to Venom. Maybe I kind of like maniacal people a little bit. I'm a little loose, but we will check this out and see what I think.
He's the wife's favorite. They got the same birthday, everything.
Carnage. Okay, gotcha.
All right.
All right, so
That's
let's
why the
see.
wife can be a little feisty once in a while.
All right, so what is up, Sith Lordly, from the Spine Ticks? Smiley Tory, the wife is showing up.
Yeah,
uh,
loves that carnage.
now let's see. And Ty Christensen says that Teeny Howard he thinks had the best story, which is interesting because there are some I guess big blockbuster names um writing that I know of, and so it'd be nice to see if Teeny actually had the best story in there. And the last book is one I actually read today before I got home, and it is Taskmaster number 5. And Taskmaster number 5 was okay for me. It wasn't that was a twist at the end of the book um, that I probably should have seen. I didn't see it, but once the twist happened, the reasoning wasn't great. It was it was okay. Um, I told a lot of people that when Taskmaster 1 first came around, um, I read Taskmaster. I always want to say Taskmaster because it's a program I work with, but I read Taskmaster 1, and um, it kind of jumped. It kind of I don't know. It kind of shocked me a little bit because I didn't expect. I Like I say, I hadn't been reading long, so I didn't expect Taskmaster to have jokes. Basically, I thought he'd be a straight up kind of straight laced killer guy. I didn't know he'd have jokes. I didn't know it would try to be funny. And so after the first issue, I almost dropped it, but um, I asked my store to drop it too late, so I ended up with issue 2. And in issue 2, there was a fight with Hyperion that brought me back into the book, and I just rolled it on out. and it's been okay. It's been okay. Like I said, I don't five kind of landed a little flat for me, but if you've got 1 through 4, you may as well complete it.
Right.
And those
But
are my. Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say there's a couple stories with Taskmaster and Deadpool that are pretty funny.
Okay, okay. And
Yeah.
so the last time I remember seeing Taskmaster is is in a Moon Knight story. Of course, it's the Moon Knight story. A Moon Knight story called The Bottom, um, where Moon Knight basically had retired. Well, he was forced to retire. He was out. His life was pretty jacked up, and so he basically retired from being a vigilante and from being a hero.
Mhm.
And this group, I don't remember if they're called the Collective. Um, some group behind the scenes orchestrated a whole lot of events to bring Mark back to his feet, and then they hired Taskmaster to go and take him out. I don't know why. I don't know why they just didn't hire Taskmaster to go take out Mark when his knees are bad and he's popping pain pills and drinking all the time. Like that would have been easier instead of drawing Moon Knight back out and then having Taskmaster go fight him. But that was the last time I saw Taskmaster, and it was a lot more serious. So when he told a few jokes and made fun of a couple of other villains, I was kind of thrown back. Like, is this really Taskmaster or is somebody playing around? But I've heard I guess he softened up a little bit, maybe retired. I don't know. He was out golfing to make extra money or something like that. He was out there he was out he was out there hustling CEOs on the golf course for their money
Right.
when the book starts. But it like I said, it was okay. And we have Chillmonger in the house. How are we doing, sir? All right. And so, like I said, that's the last of my new comic book day books. I don't get a lot of books on new comic book day. I see I see collectors, getting 10, 15, 20 book pools some weeks. And for me to have over five on new comic book day is kind of a rarity for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually just picking up what unless there's something I really want just to have, um, like a special cover or whatever. I'm usually just picking up stuff I'm going to read, and that's about it. I may have to get a little better about hunting hunting books that may be valuable in the future. Um, I'm not really good. Every once in a while, like reading Taskmaster, I stumbled upon Taskmaster 3, which what issue 3, which is, you know, a little valuable. It's probably about 4 or 5 times cover price now.
Right.
But I just stumbled upon that just reading. I haven't found my found my way in the hunting for value and hunting for keys in the first week thing. I haven't gotten good at that yet.
Well,
It's probably because I'm frugal and so
well,
if I buy
not
three or four if I buy 3 or 4 books and none of them paying out, if I buy 3 or 4 books just for value or just for spec and they don't pan out, I'll bite my lip and I won't do it anymore.
and that's not going to be true either because that's going to happen. Well, I know this one. Somebody was talking about that one or this one. You know, for me,
Right,
it's not
right.
even the spec part about it, and I don't even get my comics until the end of the month anyway. So everybody that shows, I mean, this first time I've been on a Wednesday show with Wednesday polls. So I
Oh.
don't even pull nothing. As you see, I just get 45 pounds of comics that show up at the house.
Yeah, I saw that. And I didn't stay up the whole time. I had to go and do adult things and get ready for work in the morning. So I I was there for the beginning of the stream, but then I left later on, and I was like, they really have 45 pounds of comics, and
Yeah, between us
I
both, you know.
and I don't know if anybody watches wrestling. Um, I know WWE doesn't often refer to it as this, but there are a couple of companies who will call their championships 10 pounds of gold. And so I heard 45 pounds of comics, and I'm like, that is a lot of comics. But if it makes you happy, you know what I'm saying? Go for it.
Well, I had to get it before he started charging me rent for it, you know. So
You have the big gigantic corner of the house.
right, you know, pretty soon it's getting big. And that's the bad thing too, is because me and my wife are separate collectors. She likes this, I
Yes.
like that. I like golden age, silver age. I like to get all into that. I've been all around. I've been a spec collector. I've been a cover chaser. I've been, you know, and all in all, it's just collect what you like. And that's what it really comes
Right.
down to. If you want to chase this spec, then you're going to buy multiple copies of something that's going to hit the market next week and jack the price up. So then you might be able to keep yourself afloat for the ones that you didn't, you know, hit on. So, I
Right.
mean,
Right.
to me, it all comes down to, you know, the same thing. Which ones do I really want, you know? And then, you know, with them jacking up prices on everything too, on it, it's not good. But
Yeah.
what are you going to
It,
do?
nothing. Just sigh and buy it. I
Well, do like
remember.
me and my wife do. Wait till an auction comes around and buy it at $3 instead of $4, you know, and have a good time while we're doing it too, you know. And hey, we might need this one, or like I did to you,
Right.
got some,
Right.
you know, send you some, or send, you know, two brothers today out of the blue. I sent
Yeah.
him an AOK.
I saw that. He's like, I didn't know this was coming either.
Right.
It's been sitting in my living room because I didn't know it was there. That was
Here the comic
that was
bro,
funny.
you know, I sent him a big long tube one time and it had a 1933 Dick Tracy newspaper in it, you know, and he was
Oh,
just in shock. He had no idea it was coming.
oh, that is interesting.
I just,
So,
well,
so where did you find that at?
what's that?
The Dick Tracy
Newspaper?
newspaper. Yeah.
I was doing construction on this 18, I think it was 1898. Yeah, it was a big building in Deadwood, old
Okay.
antique. We were restoring it, pulling up the carpet and everything. And then there was another layer of linoleum, another one. There's like 15 layers of linoleum. And once you got down to the bare wood floor, there were all newspapers laid out across it, you know, and in the walls. So I started looking at it, and they were cartoon strips of this and that. So I started pulling them, and you know, I told everybody to take 5 minutes, and I went around and started getting as many papers as I could because they were just shredding them up and throwing them away, just thinking they were trash, you know. So I saved a lot of them.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Well, you don't see 1933 comic, you know,
No,
newspaper strips, and they're much
no.
bigger than what our regular newspapers are nowadays.
Right, right, right.
Well, I guess you and I know what a newspaper is. Most generations don't, you know.
Like much bigger. But my newspaper on my screen is the same size. Yeah, I I had actually picked up a newspaper in a long time though. Um, I remember doing crossword puzzles with my grandma with newspapers. That was her entertainment and my entertainment if she wouldn't let me watch TV. But let's see what we got here. Let's see. So the indies are breaking Sith Lordly, and I hear that a lot. Um, I'm only picking up one, two indies, three indies right now. um, Excellence from Image Skybound, um, Seven Secrets from Boom Studios, and Abbott 1973 from Boom Studios.
Mirko?
I am not, probably to my detriment, but I am not picking up some of the more popular indie titles. The Something's Killing the Children's and the Department of Truths. I didn't get into them on the ground floor, and I have this thing. I guess it's the same with comics as it is with with TV. But if I let something get past me by 3 or 4 issues or by 3 or 4 episodes, I can't get back to it. I have to just let it go. And so by the time I realized that Department of Truth and Something's Killing the Children are something, in my mind that train had already left the station.
Yeah.
But I think the Department of Truth #7, whenever it comes back, is starting a whole new story. So I may try to jump on issue #7, but I'm not sure if I can catch Something's Killing the Children. I don't know.
Canto's the kind of the same way with that one too. I didn't jump on the bandwagon with that, but I had a lot of friends and everybody in the community say, "Hey, you got to get this one, got to get this one." And I was
Yeah,
just like, "Eh, I'll pass."
and they sound like they must be good stories because
Oh
everybody's picking them up and everybody's reading them and and who is it? Erica Slaughter. I the fact that I know Erica Slaughter's name and I hadn't read a Something's Killing the Children issue tells you how popular that character is. But yeah, maybe I'll have some time sometime soon to catch up. But that train kind of left the station on me. Let's see what else we have. Let's see. Banned words, WWE. They don't say match, they say opportunity. Yeah, WWE is a really funny animal because they don't want to treat it, even though it's a wrestling product, they don't treat it as much like wrestling. If you watch NXT on Wednesdays, I believe they're moving it to Tuesdays sometime soon. But if you watch NXT on Wednesdays, they treat it more like wrestling, and they actually call their wrestlers instead of sports entertainers and things. And I wish the other two shows would get back to that, but
I kind of
they
like my wrestling and my comic books on Tony Sanders' show. You ever seen that? The old white
no,
Slamazon on there.
I have I have not. Oh, Tony Sanders. Tony Sanders. Is that who hosts the
The Hunt.
yeah, the hunts? Okay, okay. Yeah, I watched a few minutes of it and then I had to the old man sleep came upon me and that's how I had to turn in. But I've got to try and watch one night and if not watch the whole night, maybe catch the rewind.
Right. Well, you
But
definitely
that's
got
one
to
that
check out the old wife was on there a couple times.
right. I know because she's got the moniker of the Slamazon now, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And she pulls it off pretty good. Let me tell you.
That's right. Stay out of the way. Stay out of the way.
Right. An hour after show, I have to let her cool down a little bit because she usually gets all pumped from going in there and beating up them boys a little bit.
Okay, calm down. It's scripted. It's entertainment. We got
Right.
we got to
Right.
calm down a little bit. And she's still pumped up, adrenaline going. That
Right.
is great. All right, so I'm gonna get into one of these boxes because I've got two other boxes besides the captain's box, and I'm going to get into, let's see, one from Claremont, Florida, and I know what this box is, and I should have pre-cut some of these. That's that's one thing about unboxing videos is I don't know how people do it because I don't. You have to figure out how to feel dead air while you're unboxing and while you're opening things up.
Right.
And I guess I can dabble a little bit, so that's not bad.
So you know what these are that you got right here?
Yes, yes. And one I definitely have to open because I missed it. I missed it because I didn't really want one of the books. But then I found out what was in it, and I had to at least grab me one copy from somewhere, and somebody happened to have it close to cover price. But
That's always
so
nice.
let's see. So my first book here is going to be Ultimate Fantastic Four #2 with the first appearance of Victor Van Dam. I have no clue why they changed his name to Van Dam in the Ultimate Universe, but Doctor Doom's name is Van Dam, and not Rob Van Dam, but Victor Van Dam. For those who are keeping tally of our WWE references, and then my second, since we've mentioned it already, is Seven Secrets #6. I did one didn't the week it came out. My shop didn't get any. That was probably part of the shipping problems that happened when that ice storm hit the South, and you know how the South is. We one drop of ice and we're all shut down. Even I won't I won't make that joke about Texas. Texas was pretty bad, but so I didn't get issue #6 then, and so now I have issue #6, and I can go back through and read through. If you aren't on Seven Secrets, it's basically a story about a secret society of warriors who are guarding these secrets in these cases. That's that's their given charter from decades and centuries back, is to guard these cases that have like the secrets to world destruction and blah blah blah. And like from the jump, from the well, the first issue was kind of a tearjerker because you lose a character, and it was kind of a heartbreaking loss. Um, but from then on, it's like the bad guys who are after these secrets are one step ahead of our keepers, and I forget that the characters come in twos. Excuse me. And one character is a seeker, a keeper, and I forget the other character's moniker. But anyway, the bad guys have basically been on top of the good guys the whole series. And I've heard that issue #6 is where it really picks up.
That sounds like a cool issue. I'm gonna start picking that up myself.
Yeah, like I said, the very first issue, I dropped the book. The very first issue was a tearjerker because you get introduced to the main character, whose name I forgot because I hadn't read it in so long. Oh, look who this is, lurking. How we doing, Shorty?
Shorty.
So my next book, I have to take it out so I can look in it because I don't know what page I'm looking for, but I know what I'm looking for. But it is Infinite Frontier #0. I did not get a copy of this on New Comic Book Day, so I had to hunt it down. And the reason why I wanted it, how we doing? How we doing? The reason why I wanted it is because a transition happened. If you know, if you look at my name, you can see Flash by Night, so you can kind of tell who one of my favorite characters is. And if this book will cooperate, we found out basically that Barry Allen in Infinite Frontier is going to be with some multiversal totality guarding task force out in space or whatever. And so he hands the moniker off in this book to Wally West as the new, and I assume, permanent Flash. I, I really would have thought they would do this in the Flash book, which I keep thinking is going to come out every week, and it still hadn't come out yet. I think it's coming out next week. But I really would have thought they would have done this in the Flash book, but they did in Infinite Frontier. And so Wally West is the new Flash. And so I had to hunt this book down to at least have one copy of the transition. And that is the books out of my first box. And this book doesn't want to go back in my bag. Okay, book. You don't have to go back in the bag. We're not gonna hold up everybody all night to try to get a book back in the bag.
It's all right.
All right.
So that's kind of clever because I know you're Flash.
Yes.
And then also Moon Knight.
Yes.
So that's kind of a clever little name you got there.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out. I was sitting around trying to figure out how I was going to get Flash and Moon Knight into the same name. And then it kind of dawned on me that Moon Knight's first appearance is in Werewolf by Night.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the Flash by Night kind of comes from. So it's kind of Flash and Moon Knight with Werewolf by Night kind of holding them together. Yeah. But so before I go to my next box, one thing I did, as I was saying earlier, I dropped off of one book, and usually if I drop off of a book, it's hard to get back. Or if I miss a couple of issues, it's hard to get back. But there is one book I may have to, I can find it in this previews issue. Okay, we're not gonna do previews. There's one book I need to get back to though. I was checking out this previews issue today before I came on, and I read the first issue of Iron Fist. I think it's Heart of the Dragon, issue number 1. I read the first issue. It was okay, but I was fine not going back for it, and fine not checking it out, and maybe hearing about it later, seeing what happens. But there is a cover for issue number 6, which I think is the last issue, that covers a lot of times tease something that doesn't really happen. But the cover for issue number 6 of Iron Fist may be teasing Okoye from Dora Milaje in Wakanda. Maybe teasing Okoye becoming an Iron Fist. I'm not sure how that happens, but that's what the cover is telling me. Now the cover may be lying, and they may be trying to drag me back into this story. That may be the purpose. But Okoye is on the cover of issue 6, holding a staff that's on fire. I don't know whether they may be saying one thing, or they may just be trying to get my money. And Marvel somehow manages to get my money with ease. All right, so I've got one more book or one more box, let's say, before I get to the Captain's Bounty.
Oh, just a little booty I sent you. That's all.
Yes. Let's see if I can get into this box.
It's the same thing. You look at WandaVision. You watch WandaVision. White Vision shows up in that comic book. You could pick up for $1. Now they're trying to sell it for this or that. That's another thing.
Man. And I'm my frugalness kind of helps me out in this regard. So I'm not tempted to chase these books that skyrocket. If I don't have it, I don't have it.
Right.
But I feel I kind of feel bad for the completionists and the people who just have to chase some books, because that is oh, I know what this is. And it doesn't look half bad. So speaking of Gleason, I missed the first black and white Amazing Spider-Man 55 Gleason cover. Because I wasn't on my game, I wasn't paying attention. I missed the first cover, and it was over with. So, uh-oh. How we doing, Sleepy Collectibles? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I do like that. I think you're the second person that's mentioned FBK, kind of like HBK. We're doing the wrestling thing again. Um, but thank you for stopping by. But I missed the black and white cover, and so I went out and got, because I'm kind of petty, and so because people didn't want the red cover and blue cover to exist, the second and third prints of that Gleason cover, I went out and got those, not necessarily because I wanted them, but to spite the people who don't want me to have them. And I now have a pretty good copy of the black and white book. Now, there are supposedly some imperfections in this book. Um, let's see if I can get the corner here. There's a little bit of color rub in the corner. Oh, let's try this. In
There you
this
go.
corner here, there's some color rub or whatever. So it's not a quote unquote perfect copy, but someone sold me this for $5 basically.
There you go.
And as far as I know, you can't get this for less than 25, 30 easily. And someone was nice enough to see that I wanted the copy and had a copy that wasn't perfect, and basically sold it to me for cover, and that was great. So I've got to make sure I find him and let him know how much I appreciate this book, because it is still a good looking cover to me. And
Right, exactly.
so now I have a red, white, and blue version, and we are going to set that up back here sometime soon.
Now,
Yeah,
myself, I like to have some comic books I can read, some comic books I just want to have in my collection,
right.
some comic books I don't. I guess I don't really care what the condition is. It's just a book to have that's from that era, I guess, from the
Right.
Golden Age or Silver Age or Mark Jewelers or another thing I chase.
Okay. So is there an I guess, is there an easy way to spot Mark Jewelers, or do you just have
Yes.
to know?
Well,
Do
if
you just have
you
to know?
squeeze the top and you look down, sometimes there's a red line or a blue line or a green line that you can see from the top, and it's like a thick cardboard in
Yeah,
the insert of it.
because I have one Moon Knight book. Um, I think it's a Marvel team up with Moon Knight in it. That
Hmm.
is a Mark Jewelers insert cover, but I've had it for like 5 or 6 years, and I just found out what a Mark Jewelers insert was maybe a few months ago, and found out that this book I've had for a few years has one in it. And so I was wondering if there was a telltale sign,
Well, yeah,
if
if you're
if
flipping
a
through
person
comic
would pick up
books
a book,
and you can check from
or
the
do you?
top.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Let me see who else has joined us. Shattered Glass Comic Reviews. What is going on?
But my
Oh,
favorite hunt is 1971 to 1973 are Diamond Jewelers instead of Mark Jewelers. It was a different company. And they sold lingerie at the back of theirs instead of all jewelry, you know. And
that
they're
is interesting. I'm,
and
I'm
they're
guessing.
more rare to find with like a black stamp on it, star stamp.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing you can't sell lingerie ads in comics anymore.
Not. But you got to think them ones were strictly just sold to military people, on bases
Okay.
or off bases. So it was strictly military people, and it was just a way to market back at that time. Hey, you're overseas or you're over here and you want to get your high school sweetheart a promise ring or an engagement ring or whatever. It's just a way to send your money to them and then they send it to your girl and
You know what, so Mark Jeweller's books or Mark Jeweller's inserts were primarily on or around military bases. Is that
only. Yep.
only? Okay. See, I didn't know that.
And there's only about a 5% out there. You know what I mean? So it even narrows it down.
That is great. See, I didn't know that. I'm learning
Yeah.
something. Learning something. Let's see. Let's see. ASM 55 was a horrible issue. Uh, I've heard you. I've heard that the current ASM is an acquired taste. I I know some I know some people who like it, but I've heard a lot of people who don't. So I don't read ASM. I just wanted the 55 for the covers. I wanted the 55 for the red and blue covers, so I can spite the people with the black and white covers. Now I have the black and white cover, and so that's a lesson to be learned, kids. One day you will hate something, and if you're not careful, you will become the very thing you hate.
True, true.
Let's see. I only read comics for the Mark Julie inserts. To me, that says one thing. That says baller. that is that is the man with all the money.
That little bling bling, that's what the captain
That
likes too,
that's 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 what's going on.
But you notice like a Hulk 181 with a Mark Jeweler is higher. First appearance of Daredevil with a Mark Jeweler is higher. You know, they
I
seem to
can
be going
imagine.
up higher up in price. Yeah.
I I, I mean, because people are right now throwing collectible money around like it's nothing, like it grows on trees. And so if the regular collectible market is going crazy, you can imagine what the smaller section of that collectible what specialized things in that collectible market is doing. So I can imagine that the Mark Jeweler keys are a lot more expensive than even the keys themselves.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I guess we are going to get to the main event. We are going to get to the captain's booty, and let's see, we've got the cut here, and so we're going to start on the bottom, as to not break any of the rules, because I would not want to walk the plank,
Oh, it's all right.
and I'm pretty sure there are many seafaring men who have broken the captain's rules and either had to walk the plank or some fate worse than that has happened to them. So,
Never, never, never.
all right. So, let's put the knife down as to not cut myself. All right. We are wrapped up in good old bubble wrap and extra bubble wrap.
Well, yeah, I didn't want them to flop around in there.
All right. Let's see. All right. Got my blue tape off.
Oh, the suspense. Da, 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 da.
I know, right? Because I think you said earlier that you don't even remember what you put in here.
Nah, a couple of them I remember, but then I was like, did I put that in there? Did I put this? Can't remember
All
if I
right.
put that in there.
Let's see what we got going on here. Sergeant Bilko's Private Doberman, and that is, boys and girls, a 10 center.
What's
Let's
the
see.
cover say on it?
Let's see. Well, sure hope you win, Dobie dear. Let's see. Don't worry, girl. Sergeant Bickle says I have a fat chance. I don't know if he knows what fat chance means, but that's what Sergeant Bickle said, and that's what we're running with. There we go. I got to get it out.
Right?
But
Good
yeah,
old golden age there.
nice 10-cent book, golden. I think this may be my first Golden Age book, so I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Now, what year do you know offhand? What years I guess ended the Golden Age? Like, when did gold go to silver? Do you know about?
Well, that's another one of them debates in there. I'm sure the chat knows for sure, but I'll say silver's your 70s almost, so it'd be like your 30s, 40s in there, 50s maybe are your golden agers.
Okay,
Your 10 cents, your 12 cents, your 15 centers. Then once it goes up after that, your silver age.
yeah, but this is a nice book though. This is a nice book, and if that's how we're starting off, there's no telling where we're going to end at. But let's see. The next book is a Flash 100 pager, 50 cents.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the
so this,
one that you AOK the you won on my wife's wheel. So
yeah.
you gave that somebody your winnings. So then I was like, well, then I'll send you that.
Well, I appreciate it. We got all well, yeah, all three flashes up to that point. You've got Barry here on the top, and then you've got Jay Garrick in the middle, and of course Wally West Kid Flash at the bottom at this time. So it's a nice book. Nice book. Nice 50 center. I appreciate it. Let's see. Who else we got in here? How are we doing? Hidden Gem Comics. I am showing off some of the books that the Captain AOK'd me. Captain Generous, as we're gonna call him.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you're gonna get a reputation. Aha. Moon Knight. Mark Spector Moon Knight 52 with the Moon Knight and Gambit card. I've seen this one around. This is a nice book. Probably in better shape than mine's. Fry and Ivy. Oh, and Werewolf. I'm assuming Werewolf by Night on the front.
Probably.
That reminds me. One thing I need to start doing, because I have a whole lot of Moon Knight books, and most of them I haven't read. I've just whenever I see a Moon Knight book somewhere, I bring it home with me. So I've got to go through and start reading some of these older Moon Knight books. Um, I know a lot of the Moon Knight fans I know swear by them, and they prefer him the older versions because the newer versions sometimes get a little carried away with the mental illness aspect, and they go a little bit overboard with the crazy. But yeah, this is a nice book. All right, next book we have. Oh, we got another Flash book. Let's see, party time with the Rose Gallery. That is great. That is great. You see Flash here chopping it up with Captain Cole. Is that? I don't know if that's Iris or not. And I'm assuming that's Weather Wizard. I really got to get on my rogues. I know that's Heat Wave up there. I think that's Pied Piper, and yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we've got the Flash partying it up with the Rose Gallery. So I'm trying to look at the rest of these. before I show them. Oh,
Oh,
I made the
there you
right
go.
side up though. There we go.
Another thing I collect is the DC Universe ones. See that little square on the bottom where it says DC?
Okay, gotcha. I've heard that. You know who I heard talk about this a lot. Um, Comic Jabroni used to talk about the DC logos a lot of times on his. So yeah,
Yeah, back
that
in the
is.
day, we used to have a competition between me and Jabroni. We'd be chatting back and forth. Oh, do you got this one? Do you got that one? Oh, I'm so jealous you have this one. I'm so jealous you have that one.
uh, I can see that.
So,
I can see that.
yeah, we've talked a lot about them.
Yeah, but yeah. So and this is the middle of the terminal velocity story. Um, which was pretty good story also. Kind of I think it introduced Bart Allen to the Flash, which Bart Allen of course is the Flash's great nephew from the future and came back in time because he might have got bored in the future. I don't know.
Well, I
But
know if
yeah.
you get a DC universe with first appearance of Kid Flash, I want to say it's like 101 or 100. That one's a rare one to find with the DC universe on it.
Aha. Let's see. Next book is more Flash, more terminal velocity, more DC logos, Impulse and Flash. And of course, this Flash here is Wally West as the Flash. For those for those who and I may be preaching to the choir, but for those who don't know, um, Barry Allen in was it 85, 86 in Crisis on Infinite Earths kind of got sucked into the Speed Force for like 20 years. So in the meantime, Wally West took his place as the Flash, and his nephew from the future. Where is he? Where's Bart? There's Bart. His nephew took his place. Took Wally's place as Kid Flash, even though Wally kind of didn't want to put up with him at first. Oh, Boriquin Comics, what's up? What's up? How we doing? With the jabroni shout out. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. And then Todd Christensen has some of the DZ comics with bonus books. Trial new writers. Yeah. And so that kind of and I won't delay on this long, but that kind of reminds me of I know a lot of people are kind of upset with DC right now because a few of DC's books have gone up by $1 or two. But basically, they're throwing in backup stories, and I think it's still a fair price for the content. But it's a bold, as they say, it's a bold strategy. Cotton. It's kind of a bold strategy because
We'll see if it
you're
pays
throwing
off.
you're throwing in characters that people either don't know or don't really read about, and you're hoping that the risk you're taking of driving people away is balanced out by the people who may meet a new character in this book, or either get a new take on the character in the book, and and start buying into that character. So we'll see how it pans out. Like I said, it's ruffled a few feathers. I know there was a DC Urban Legends, Batman Urban Legends book that came out last week, and I thought about checking it out because I'm a fan of this new version of the Outsiders that DC has, but it was $8, and I'm not sure if I could bring myself to grabbing that $8 book for one story. Now, now if I can bring myself to be interested in Red Hood because I think he has the main story of that book. If I can bring myself to be interested in Red Hood and maybe who was that? Grifter, I think, had a story in the book, and then the Outsiders, and then Harley. Uh, but no, the only group I'm interested in the book is the Outsiders, and one story for in an $8 book, I'm not sure about for myself. But if you liked all four stories, now you're getting a story for every $2, which I think is more fair. But it's just having to like all four stories. So the math works out, but I'm not sure if the strategy is going to work out for them. But we'll see.
What's the black books go for? They're like
Um, the
eight
Black
dollars.
Label books,
Yeah.
they're most of them I think are like $5.99, $6.99, $7.99, depending on what the book is. I've got two of the other history of the DC of the DC Universe books with
Right.
um with Black Lightning and um Bumblebee, and I forgot Malcolm's name in there. But I've got two of those books, and I think both of those ran me either 6 or 7.99. But I didn't mind because they were bigger books, and they told a pretty in depth story about the characters.
Yeah, we
But
did all the Harley Quinns. What was the first one? Batman Dams and them ones. We got them back in the day.
okay,
You know, the only thing I don't like about them is they don't fit in a regular short box or a long
right,
box.
right, right, right.
That's the
You had to
only thing
find something
really I
for them.
don't like about it. And I understand that it's a little bit thicker book, so you have to pay a little bit more for it. But paying that much for my comic book is a little bit different.
Right, right. And it's I guess it's a matter of taste, and if you want to kind of stick your neck out for something different. But I don't know. So I was not supposed to look at this book, but I looked at it anyway. So we're gonna hold it up. All right. So it is Jungle Action. What is that? 17?
17.
That is a nice book. 25 center. What is it? This is it. The Panthers Rage. Uh, and I think that I want to assume that's Killmonger. I've seen
I think it
Killmonger a couple
is.
of times in the book. I think that's
I think it
Killmonger.
is.
Yeah, that is. Now, where did the dinosaurs come from? I've got to figure out where the dinosaurs come from in all this. Unless they're on what is that? The Savage Lands. I think the X-Men have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they're in the Savage Lands. We'll have to find out where dinosaurs come from. But yeah, we'll
Wakanda
just check
still
this
has
out.
dinosaurs.
Was that?
Wakanda still has dinosaurs.
And the dinosaurs are all smart too.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah, they're super advanced dinosaurs. Let's see. Hidden nice timeless variants. This got Hawkeye. I've got Hawkeye and a couple of more. I've got the Ghost Rider. I tried to get a hold of the Vision, but I couldn't get a hold of Vision. I want to say it was last week or week before last. So I've got to hunt that one down somewhere. Um, but I've got a few of them. And is the Vision the last one that's gonna come out? I know there's some up and down talk about maybe having a Punisher, maybe not, with all that stuff going on. Um, I would love for I would like for Mooney to have one, but you would have to change the color of the background for Moon Knight to have one, or it'll be a white cover with like this with this white uniform and maybe a little bit of silver here and there, but you can't tell what's going on. All right, so let's see. Next book is Sad Sack Swords from Harvey Comics with
So all
Sarge,
them little
Sad Sack,
squares on the side all have a little bit of comic in there. Each
the
one has like a
Venom,
little story in it.
Slavinsky, and Mutzi. That is great. I think it is a 20 center. I don't even know what Harvey Comics is.
It's just another brand
I have to
battle.
look up Harvey Coming because there's always like there's always history behind behind like these old comics that you don't hear about anymore. There's I'm a sucker for a good historic story, a good beginning of making of story. So I would love to know who Harvey Comics is and what happened and what became of him. I kind of like those stories.
Well, I also knew you were in the military and kind of like military
Right,
books,
right.
so you know.
Yeah. All right. So my next book, let's see, War Stories Combat. Dale, and it is a 12 center. Firefight 3. The Marines hit Guadalcanal. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a good one. And like I said, it's a 12 center, and it's by Dale Comics. Again, a publisher who I have no clue who they are, and I'm gonna have to their hunt down their origins as well as read this book because the Marines are hitting Guadalcanal. That is great. That is great. This is like mini Christmas. All right. So next book is, let's see. We know what this is. We know Fighting Marines by Charlton Comics. Let's see. 129, and it looks like, is this a UK variant? Is this a UK version of this book?
um,
I think it is. I don't see an actual price and cents. I think this is a UK version of this book.
the one where he's all dressed up in his blues.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
that's why I sent it to
they're,
you. I didn't even look after that.
and they're burning the flag down at the bottom.
All
And
right.
I don't know who this guy on the horse is, but he must not have gotten the notice.
All
nobody
right.
nobody told him what he was going up against. But yeah, so we got Fighting Marines 129. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And like I said, whenever I see the Fighting Marine books out somewhere in the shop or whatever, I always pick those up.
Yeah, I think I heard you mention that once or twice. So I was like, hey, I got a couple of them. I'll just send them on.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And so my last book is another Fighting Marines. Which one? Which one are we here? Also, let's see, 35 center. It's got the UK price on it. I wonder if they were sold both in America and overseas.
Could have been.
Interesting. But I do recognize Charlton Comics. I, I I didn't when I first started finding these and running into these and grabbing these. I didn't know what a Charlton Comics was, and then
Mhm.
while I'm collecting, while I'm watching people's channels, listening to people talk, I hear Charlton over and over again. I believe that's where, if I'm not mistaken, that's where Blue Beetle and a lot of and some of the other DC characters come from. I think they come from Charlton,
Well, I know
but
Bell started off with like Looney Tunes and stuff like that, and older westerns, and you
yeah,
know,
I think my dad would have been my dad was really big into Western TV shows. He
mhm.
might have liked Western comics if I was collecting back then. But yeah, like I said, I didn't know what Charlton was, and then I kind of connected the dots. Like they keep saying his name Charlton, and this Charlton is on the top of my books. It must be the same one. I have I have some sought after books, or at least a sought after publisher. But
Right.
yeah, so yeah, we got Fighting Marines. What is that? What is this? 139. and I don't. I'm not quite sure who this is, but he knows what the end of a gun butt feels like. I can tell you that. Again, I don't know if anybody. I don't know if anybody warns these guys before they run into the Marines what they're running into. But yeah, that is great.
Well, you were
This
pretty easy to find random, Flash, Moon Knight,
I
some fighting Marines,
I am very easy to please. I am a very cheap date. But yeah, those were nice. Those and thoughtful.
Well, like the Sergeant Blinko, that one's a little bit harder to find. It's
Yeah,
not an easy
I
comic book to find.
I had never heard of Sergeant Blinko, so I'm gonna have to a
And she
lot a
definitely
lot.
needs some TLC, but it's still one of them comic books that not
You know,
everybody has.
actually, I have seen the name Sergeant Blinko around. Um,
Mhm.
I'm not exactly sure where I've seen him, but I have to say I have seen the name Sergeant Blinko and Private Doberman. Private Doberman just looks a mess. Why he's wearing Fred Flintstone's clothes? I have no idea, but he looks a mess. But it's all right.
Well,
He
he's got
has
to win the beauty contest. Got to
I,
have that leopard print
look.
on.
He is leopard print. He is he is doing better than I did in my heyday. So I guess I'll leave Private Doberman alone. But yeah, I appreciate this. So to go back through some of my other books that I get, well, in the mail I got today, got Fantastic Four, Ultimate Fantastic Four, number two, first Victor Van Dam for some reason, and Seven Secrets number six that I can finally read. ASM 55, which I'm now I can make my red, white, and blue setup. Got Taskmaster 5, Carnage red, white, and blood, or red, black, white, and blood. I'm gonna get my colors right sooner or later.
We're old. We're lucky we can see, right?
I know. Let's see. Miles Morales, Spider-Man 24, the beginning, or at least the lead into the Clone Saga. Yes, Spidey fans, I said Clone Saga. Let's see. Peach Aliens number one, which I think
I,
is which is pretty nice to me actually.
oh yeah.
I still got to get the Gleason cover, but that Peach is pretty nice. And Teen Titans Academy number one, and I think that made for a pretty successful new comic book day. So I think
And
I'm going
unboxing.
and an unboxing and a couple of boxes. AOK from the captain, which was AOK with me. really, really, I mean, really, just ticked all of the boxes. Marine Corps, Moon Knight, Flash, Golden Age, just all of the boxes hit. But I think we are going to wrap it up here and call it a night. So I can go and iron and play grown up tomorrow again. Captain, anything you want to say? Anything you got going on?
Let's see. Today's Wednesday. Friday, the wife's on Tony Sanders, The Hunt. Go vote for her. Saturday,
Right.
I'm on Cover Slingers on Gray Man Show, and then I'll probably be doing an auction with What to Deuce on Saturday, and then Sunday, I'm hoping to sleep all day.
That sounds like a plan. That, but so does that ever actually happen though?
No, I have too many little crewmen around the house.
they they can't swab the deck or go peel some potatoes or something.
No, it's
No.
always get me some cereal. I want this. Somebody keeps stealing my Barbie. Every day things.
And probably early in the morning too.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and remind you that I have my 100 subscriber giveaway still going. Um, I think I'm up to almost 130, which I'm still floored and shocked that. Thank you. I'm still floored and shocked that almost 130 people clicked the button and said that we want to hear Terrence babble about his comics. I wouldn't have guessed it, but we are here. So if you want to enter my 100 subscriber giveaway, all you have to do is go to my 100 subscriber giveaway video, hit the like button, be a sub, and let me know that you want to be in the giveaway in the comments. It's that easy. And as I said, I'll either figure out how to use the wheel, or I will put everybody's name in a fish bowl and pull out a surprise,
It's
one way
like
or
the old
another.
school bingo, ding a ding.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
whose number is this?
we'll do the bingo. Somebody else suggested I put my names in my dryer and just run the dryer for about 10 minutes and then but
Whose name is this?
I know just can't see the name. But either way, one way or another, we'll figure out how to pull a winner for the giveaway. And I am giving away. Let's see if I may have it on me. Oh, come here, box. I do have it. I didn't plan to have it handy, but I do have it handy. The giveaway I am giving away this Spawn. Was it one? Well, 311 black and
Yeah.
white. Chadwick Boseman, Angela Asgard's Assassin #1. Scotty Young cover, and as Spawn #9, first appearance of Angela. So to get those three, all you have to do, like I said, is go to the 100 subscriber video and be a subscriber, and say that you want to be in the contest in the comments. That's it. So
I
for
can't
the
wait till
captain,
you hit 200.
I know that that is gonna. I gained two or three this morning, or between this morning and the afternoon. I'm like two or three more people want to actually watch me do this. That is insanity. But I appreciate your help. I appreciate everybody's help. This help push me, and I appreciate everybody who clicked the button most of all. But for the captain, I'm going to say as I always do: love yourselves, love each other, and we will be back in the flash.